Hi guys, it's Courtney Tane. Welcome back to my channel. It is quarantine 2020. It is real. It has inspired me to do a mukbang. This is from Hook and Reel. This is spicy something. My fiance already ate all the crab out of it, so there's just potatoes, clams, corn, mussels, and shrimp left. I think, yeah, that's it. It's spicy. I don't like spicy food, so I thought it would be funny to see me eat the rest of this. So I may make some crazy faces. I didn't put lip gloss on because I'm about to eat. I have my tea here and the bag that the food came in, but the food is right here. So we're just gonna get into it. I don't have like a Q&A. I just thought I'd do story time, and I'm gonna do 2 stories. One about my birth of my child, who's right there in the bouncy. Hopefully she doesn't start like screaming. My fiance just stepped out to do something very personal, and it's essential. Even though it's during quarantine, it is essential and it's a very personal matter. So that's the reason why he's not here. So I thought I had the place kind of to myself to do this, even though I'm not alone. It's my little baby over there. And then I was going to do a dating nightmare story when I lived in Virginia Beach several years ago. So I just thought something different, something fun. It's not makeup. It's not, even though I'm not a professional makeup artist, it's not beauty related. It's just fun, quarantine stuff. So, okay, we're going to just dive right in. I hope you all are being safe and listening to your state and the government's rules and regulations, because I see a lot of people daggone intense. Like it's like a camping trip, vacation or something. Outside, people tripping. People real loud tripping. I just pray that people have access to the food banks and the volunteers that are testing these people, the volunteers that are risking their lives to donate food and gather the packages together. I just pray that everyone stays safe and is, healed quickly if they do have it, because people are recovering, which is a blessing. And I think everybody just needs to take time to think about themselves, think about life, think about, what matters. And I've been doing a lot of that. So the first story, let's start with the dating story, since that was so long ago. And I just thought about it, so hopefully I can, still remember all the details. So I was living in Virginia Beach. It was after a nasty relationship that I was in. Broke up. And then I want to say a year later, I was in the dating scene. I can't remember what the timeline was afterwards, but I was very social anyway. Like I was a part of book clubs and going to the library, hanging out with my friends, wine clubs. So I was putting myself out there, but it was majority females. So I wanted to actually, just get out there, distract myself, find somebody to take me out, wine and dine me. So yeah, I caved and got on Plenty of Fish. I think I got on eHarmony. I paid for that. I don't know if I was desperate. I think I was just whatever, I got on Tinder. And I got on something else. There's something else, another dating site out there. Um, but I went on dates. I didn't discriminate. I went on dates with anybody because after my last relationship, I was like, okay, I really need to just broaden my horizons a little bit more and not be so judgmental because, you know, you could think someone's a certain way just from the aesthetics of them or the superficial surface stuff, and like they'll still be jacked up. And so I was on the dating sites. I went on several dates. And this one date, um, well, it turned into a series of dates, but it escalated like more and more into like, ooh, crazy. So, very gentleman-like. He was older. You know, I told my friends like where I was going, like so everybody would know in case something happened. Um, he had flowers. He opened the door. Um, Nice restaurant. Great conversation. Again, I said I brought him my horizon, so he was short. He was super, super short. He was shorter than my ex. And my ex was short. And I usually date tall guys. So, he was shorter than him. But he was nice. He was sweet. He was gentleman-like. I was like, oh, this is great. You know, no, like, kissing and, like, touchy-feely. It was just, like, good fun. And on top of that, he was very chivalrous. So that was, like, a bonus. And so, after the first day, I was like, oh, he's sweet, da-da-da. After the next couple of dates, like, they were kind of boring, like, because I can't remember them, so they were just, like, festivals and, like, you know, still, like, wholesome fun, like, nothing, you know. I wasn't that type of person anyway. So, this is spicy. I don't know, I think because I'm talking. So, this is no joke. Why did I do this to myself? Anyway, let me get back to the story because I want to tell another one too. So, around several days where I felt comfortable enough for him to pick me up. He still doesn't know exactly which apartment that I live in, but he just met me. The community was like it was like a cul-de-sac apartment complex, but it was just square. It wasn't around. So he just met me like in the middle. He didn't know like which building I was or whatever. So I was standing outside and he pulled out. And like he had a big old gun. I was watching out. Had a big old gun. He was in the military, so it wasn't like Virginia Beach is a military town. So, because there's a huge base there in Norfolk. So, I was just like, he was like, oh, my bad. Like, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know if he went to the range or he said he was cleaning them. But to me, that was like, he was trying to show off, right? Like, oh, I shoot guns or I have guns. Like, you know, I can protect you, blah, blah. But to me, that was like a whack move. Like, you're old. You're trying to show off. Like, that's not cute to me. And it's alarming. I'm a single female, alone, like, about to get in your car. And you got guns in the front seat. Anyway, I don't know if it was plural or if it was just one, but I remember it just being like huge. And I was just like, I'm not scared or anything like that. Like, it was not giving me any like creepy vibes. But when I look back at it, I should have just like not gotten in the car. You know what I mean? Like, I should have been like, I'm good. Like, that was weird. I don't know if you're trying to intimidate me. Like, I don't know what you could do with it. Like, now that I'm older, now that I'm a mother, you know, I wouldn't have gotten in the car because it could have gone left. He could have went crazy or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, so we got on a date. He's like, oh, you would make a perfect stepmom, and I want you to move in. Because I did express to him that I was struggling. You know, I went from a two, well, it wasn't really two income, because the person I was in a relationship at the time was paying for everything. But anyway, it was just me, you know, and I was just getting acclimated to living alone and all that. So I told him I was struggling. And so, anyway, he was like, oh, you should move in, da da da, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, stepmom? At the time, I was like 23? Bruh, I'm good. He's older. He was like, oh, like, you don't have to work. I can make you my wife. You can have my babies. And I was like, sir, I'm good. Just got out of a serious relationship that was for years, and I'm not looking to be nobody's stepmom. I know I said I was going to broaden my horizons, but I just wasn't ready for that life at the time. And he was getting a little clingy. Like, that date was like when his like true colors came out. He was getting clingy. He was telling me what to call him because he had nicknames. He was kind of like being a little controlling, like kind of telling me like what I should do. And so I guess he felt like my vibes. I was just like, okay, I'm probably not going to talk to him after this. Like, he kind of softened up, you know, was like, oh, you know, I'm sorry if I'm just too abrasive. Like, I'm just so excited. Like, you're the first woman that I've dated in a long time that's, you know, whatever. That's nice and, you know, smart and blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing a lot. I'm not out here in these streets. And I was like, okay, cool. Ooh, my nose is running. Oh my gosh. And so I was like, all right, cool, whatever. You know, I guess. Thanks for the compliment, but just chill out. Uh-oh. The baby's about to do something. What's my mama's? Yeah, you okay? So, yeah, let me hurry up. So, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so, yeah, I guess he realized, you know, whatever. He started calming down, and I was like, all right, cool. So, I guess, I don't know, I think it was crowded or something, and we're like passing through people leaving the restaurant, and like this guy's like, this guy I see from somebody, I think it was another mutual friend, like one of the guys she was talking to. He was like, oh, hey, like whatever. So I go over to him, speak, then I didn't feel like introducing him because it wasn't like necessary. Like, it wasn't like, you know, this was my man. Like, you know, I was like, okay, hold on, like I see somebody. And so, you know, I like went over there and spoke to him, whatever, for a couple of seconds. I went back over and I told him like who it was, and like we're walking back to the car. He opens the door for me. He gets in there on the driver's side seat. He was like, what was that about? Like, I was about to shoot his ass. Bro, I'm done. I was like, you're good. I just told you, like, who it was, you know, whatever. That's not necessary. So, he drops me off. He tries to kiss me. That was weird. I was like, no, I'm good. Like, you know, I just kind of back away. And I was like, thanks for dinner. Thank you so much. This was great. This was fun. And so I think he still felt like, okay, I did a lot. Let me, like, calm her down. Let me smooth her or whatever you want to call it. And so, I'm not sure, a couple days later, I got a delivery of flowers. How'd I get a delivery, y'all? Well, he don't know where I live. Creepy. I was like, bruh. It was so sweet, though. Outside of it being really creepy, it was like a big bouquet of flowers. It was a nice note. But I got a delivery to my apartment with my apartment number on it. I'm done. I think I called him and thanked him. I think it was some more weird events. Like I said, this was so long ago. But he was creepy. After that, I was done. I don't know. I can't remember, but just know that he was creepy. He had guns. I know there's people that love guns, especially around there, but to have them on your front seat when you know you're about to pick somebody up, you know you have to move it. Like, I feel so weird with talking with food in my mouth, even though this is a mukbang. It's still so weird. But yeah, he was creepy. So, my birth story. I'll make this quick as possible. It was a very trying time for my family and I. It was very scary. It was a lot going on with me. I had high blood pressure. I had, edema, where your feet and legs are swollen. I was having issues trying to work from home with my job. Like, at that time, it wasn't, like, something that they were, like, willing to do, or, I don't know, it was just difficulties, I guess, with the legitimacy of, like, my health reasonings. What's wrong, baby girl? Ooh, what about your passy? What about your passy? Hey, baby girl. Hey, sweet baby girl. Okay. My sweet baby girl. So, there's that. The power of the pacifier. So, okay, I went in for a regular doctor's appointment. Did a sonogram. And they were like, the person that did it was like, oh, everything looks fine, da, da, da. But then I was looking at it, like, you know how they draw, like, the lines of the bones in it, like, the arm length, and, like, they draw a line here, and then they, like, that length estimates, like, the gestational age of the baby. Well, what I saw on there was that my baby wasn't as big as she was supposed to be. So she was 36 weeks, and the gestational age that I saw was like 33 weeks? 33, 34. It wasn't 36. And I was like, oh, wow, she's small. Like, it's coming up. But the lady told me everything was fine. I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Because, they clicking away. Like, so I'm like, maybe it'll register, like, on the thing. And so, I went to the actual doctor's office. And she's like, you need to go to the hospital as soon as possible. The baby is small. The baby has IUGR, which is, oh my God, I can't remember what the acronym stands for. Something gestational rate. IUGR. I'm so sorry. I forgot. But it just meant she was smaller than what her gestational age is. So, I'm like, I knew there was already a possibility of her being delivered early because my blood pressure kept going up. I just wasn't feeling well. Like I just kept feeling sick. I wasn't going to work. Like I just felt terrible. And so, um, it's so good. Like these potatoes, I cooked perfectly. I don't know if I can eat 2 more potatoes if there's 2 more potatoes on here. But so I called my mom, and she comes to get me, take me to the hospital. I called my fiance, trying to stay calm, you know. But it was 20 minutes. Crap. I'm gonna have to say this story. But I was in labor for 3 days. Vaginal delivery. They had to break my water because it just wouldn't. My mucus plug came out, all that, but like my water just would not break, so they had to break it. But since I was in labor for 3 days, I couldn't take the pain anymore. I didn't have any pain medicine because I didn't want it. But the 3rd day in the afternoon, I couldn't take anymore. I was like, give me the epidural, give me the epidural. As soon as I got the epidural, I was dilated enough. Like, it was crazy. I don't know if the epidural helped, but I got the epidural, and I want to say like an hour and a half later, they were like, oh, time to push. I was like, I don't know if I could have waited on the epidural. Or if the epidural helped me dilate. Like, it was just crazy. But anyway, pushed her. I wasn't getting the pushes right. Like, I wasn't really like, so I had to like, really listen to everybody. I was like, okay, just cut out all the noise. Just listen to them, push. And I was like, it still wasn't working. Like, they were like, oh, you're doing so great. But I can tell they were like, this little girl need to figure out how to push. So I was like, when I get a mirror, like, that'll help me. Like, even though, because I can't feel anything. I have the epidural. Everything's numb. So I asked for a mirror. They gave me a mirror. And so I felt better. Like, even though I still couldn't feel anything, like, I felt pressure. But looking at it just helped, like, know, like, where to push. And so I pushed, and then she came out. And, no, I pushed. They would, like, we were just doing practice pushes until the doctor could come in. Like, you know how they want you to push, and then, like, when you get to a certain point, like, the doctor's supposed to come in and, deliver the baby. So I was pushing, and then all of a sudden her head just popped out, and the nurse was like, no, 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 like, the doctor's not in here. And then, like, she ran out, and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, is the baby okay? Is the baby okay? Because I'm like, the baby's head's just hanging out. And they were like, don't push, don't push, don't push. And then, like, no doctors, like, anywhere to be found. Oh no, one, like, I was like, they told me to stop pushing. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop pushing. But, like, it was happening on its own. Like, my body was contracting the baby out. And I was like, I feel like I have to push. I feel like I have to push. I was like, the baby's like, making her way down. Like, I can feel, like, every contraction. She's like just moving. Like, she's just sliding down. And the nurse was like, okay, well, just push, like, I don't want, anything to happen. Just push a little bit, or something. I don't know if the baby came out on her own or what. I can't remember. It was just so crazy. But I just remember there's like, no, 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 no. And, like, nobody was there. And, like, when the doctor first, finally came in, she was like, so y'all couldn't wait on me? And I was like, my body was doing it, like, itself. But, like, the baby was already out because the nurse was like, you can't just leave the baby like this. Like, just go ahead and push her out. Like, there was another nurse that said that. She was like, we can't just wait on the doctor. Like, her head's sticking out. Let's deliver the baby. And so they delivered her. And then by the time the doctor got there, like, when they was, like, she was, getting pulled out, like, the doctor was there to, like, cut the umbilical. Like, she was there, like, magically, like, just came out of nowhere. And she's like, y'all couldn't wait on me. So she did everything. She sewed me up. There was a craziness with my fiance and the doctor because he didn't want the baby to get a certain shot, and the lady was like, we're concerned about the health of your baby. And he was like, I'm concerned about the health of my baby too. That's why she don't need that shot. He was like, y'all know what's in that stuff. He was like, y'all just started giving that shot out a couple years ago. Like, I didn't get it. I'm fine. Like, I don't think he said all that, but it was like very heated conversation over there. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, and I was like, okay, like, everybody calm down, whatever. I don't think I said that either, but I probably was thinking all this stuff in my head. Like, when I tell you, like, I was just exhausted. 3 days of being in labor, like, contracting. And they were trying to figure out if I could do skin to scan, like, if the baby was able to breathe on her own. And, they did all the tests of dropping her and whatever. All of that. And so they had their little powwow. So they bring her over to me. I was able to do a skin to scan for 30 minutes. And then they had to take her skin to skin. She looked up at me. She was like moving in slow motion. It was just like, oh my God, this alien. You know what I mean? I mean, it was just crazy. Like, I was like, it's something moving on me. Like, it was just an incredible out-of-body experience. And once I, like, realized, I was like, oh my God, this is my baby. I was like, hi, Celeste. I was like looking down at her like, hi, Celeste. And then she starts to, like, open her mouth like, oh, like a oh. And then she's like moving. And then she like moves down to my breast. I'm like, this baby just moved down to my breast. Like, how cool is that? And I've seen that on certain videos where like the baby, like, they move on their own down to, the milk. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think she would actually do it because it doesn't happen to everybody. It was amazing. I was like, wow, she just came out like knowing what to do. Like, God is real. Like, birth is just amazing. And meanwhile, the lady down there, like, blood everywhere. Freaking bloody massacre. Sewing me up. Taking out the placenta. Like, blood. I couldn't do that. Oh my God, this stuff is hot. I give doctors credit. Even though they come in at the last minute and make thousands of dollars. But doing all that, better get paid something. There's blood everywhere. Anyway, so the 30 minutes was great. I held her the whole time. I didn't give her to her dad, didn't give her to my mom, didn't give her to the doula. Like, she was on me. It wasn't me being stingy, but it was just like the fact that I knew she had to go to the NICU, and like I think it was important for her to be on me as long as she could. Yeah, I don't think I could finish this corn. I think I'm done. Like, I can't finish this. Yeah, that's my recipe. It's a lot more in detail than that, but she's in the NICU for I don't know. She was in the NICU for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. I think like a week. She was in there. We went up there every day once I was discharged from the hospital. I was discharged from the hospital on my birthday. And we were like praying and hoping that she could come home with us, but she just couldn't. So we went up there every day. My fiance went up there. He would come home, get me together, like help me because I had stitches down there. And I wasn't taking medicine once again because I didn't want her medicine. I didn't want medicine to be in her breast milk. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I suffered all that time not taking medicine when I could have just taken it and her breast milk would have been just fine. I think next time I'm not be so like hard on myself. Like, I just did a lot. It was just not necessary because it hindered me from, enjoying the experience more. Like, I was so in pain. Like, I was like, I need a donut. Like, I need a hemorrhoid thing. I can't sit down. I can't pump. Like, da-da-da. Like, I just needed help with everything. It just felt so bad. But after a while, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, I was still in pain, but her was like, sit down. And like, I didn't want to sit down. But, yeah. My fiance went up there every night to feed her at night and read her a book. Like, the nurses were like, I think that changed their perspective on him because they didn't like him after that whole, like, she don't need a shot, you know. And he only got upset because the nurse was, like, you know, attacking him as a parent. Like, our child was just born and you're already like, well, we care about your child. Like, we're thinking about your child. Like, it was just like, she was just real rude. You know, and not all nurses are nice, but I think us coming up there every day and him coming up there again, like once he got me together at home, you know, food, like if I need to take a shower, I mean, not a shower, but like if I needed to wash up, you know, I would take my sis bath and like all that. Whatever he needed to help me with. And then, yeah, so. Okay, I'm going to end because this is stupid long. But thank you so much for watching this video, listening to me tell my stories, eating the spicy stuff. I don't know how people just eat spicy food. It's just not enjoyable. I mean, I wanted to enjoy this, but I was like suffering through it. And I only made it through because I was talking to y'all. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. But let me get to this baby. All right. Happy quarantine. Be safe. Love you all. Bye.